We're live? We're live. We're live. We're live. Woo! 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 Let's go. How are we all doing? Nobody here right now, but eventually people will be here. Live. Welcome, Steph Daniel, to the stream. Glad you can stop by. How are you doing? Doing pretty good. How about you? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Raiders comes out in only a few days. Only a few days. How are we all doing tonight? Still contemplating on getting it? I don't blame you. I say always give it like a few days to a week to really know if you really want to get it, and then after about that point, you might as well get it. We are live. Let's open up. Let's open up. Hold on. We gotta leave the room. Yeah, I think I'll wait a week or so after release. Yeah, I don't blame you. I say just do that. I don't want it to be like I asked you, yo, get the game day one, and then it's like we abandoned the game after a week. That's what happened with Mario Tennis Fever. I wasn't, like, even that game I wasn't like, buy the game now. I was like, yeah, it's still a really great Mario game. It's better than Aces. It's just so insane. Just, I told y'all! I told y'all! They put me in a match that just started! Even though I went in ASAP. If this gets me another match, I'm crashing out, bro. I'm gonna crash out. Alright, this will let slide. It's almost over. But I'm so glad I never got that game. Yeah. Just $70 for a Mario Kart game. Just 70, not Mario Kart. It's not even 70. That's the crazy part for Mario Kart World. But $70 for a Mario Tennis game is such an insane ask, if you ask me. Last year should have just stayed 60 or even be 50. Welcome, Shaney Donaldson. How are you doing? If you want to join in, let a man know. Yay. But yeah, no. So yeah. Nah. But Mario Tennis is like a case of like I know some people, like shout out Morgan. I know Morgan was defending Mario Tennis, but at the same time, I'm sorry, we just didn't need a Mario Tennis game. We just didn't. The reason why is, even though Aces came out 8 years ago, it still feels brand new. It still feels brand new. Like, we have gotten a brand new, like, Mario Tennis game every console generation for, like, since the N64, essentially. Like, literally, with the exception of, like, the DS, we have basically gotten a Mario Tennis game every console generation. And it's just like, we just didn't need one. There is no need for a new Mario Tennis game. Like, I think people are just burnt out on Mario Tennis. I think people are already, I think it's not only a combination of people are already burnt out from the Mario sports games being mid, but it's just the fact that we're doing Mario Tennis again. Like, we're just tired of Mario Tennis. And before people say, actually, I'm not tired of Mario Tennis. I've been wanting Mario Tennis for ages. Okay, go look at the sales numbers. Why was Mario Tennis not in the sales report? Usually, if it's not in the sales report, that means they sold less than 1 million. Acorn Heights. Ooh, hell yeah. So welcome, Sir Nerd. Like, there are literally other sports games that haven't even gotten the Switch game. Yes! And there's some that haven't, and like what you said, there's some that haven't been made since the Switch was a console, which sucks. Because this game, like, this needs, like, we need more sports. Like, if you want to revitalize the sports game genre, welcome Meows to the stream. Like, welcome Yoshi Bees. Like, for the sports game genre, for Mario, it's like, I feel like if you want to rejuvenate people after the, like, after the mid disappointments, if you want to rejuvenate people after the very mid disappointments, then it's like, you're gonna have to give someone like better shit. You're gonna have to give people like actually interesting shit. Like, and like literally after the mid sports games, like Nintendo being like, all right, here's their new Mario Tennis game, pay $70. Then the people have every right to be like, actually, no, I'm gonna skip past this one. Sorry, you can keep it. Because that's literally what happened. They were like, all right, yeah. Like literally the audience was like, yeah, nah, I'm actually good this time, you can keep it. And then it sold not even 1 million. You wanna know how? It didn't even show up in the sales report. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the first straw that broke the camel's back with Nintendo and the pricing, because that probably made Nintendo realize, oh shit, they're not just gonna buy anything, like, with the name Mario related, just because of that. No, we're gonna actually have to try. This is the first race of the stream? This is. But yeah, for people who don't know what I'm talking about, talking about Mario Tennis. I was saying, like, how, like, I was saying, like, we didn't need a Mario Tennis game. Like, we didn't need one. Like, we actually could have gone 20 years without a Mario Tennis game, and I think we'd still be fine. Like, the fact that we have gotten a Mario Tennis game when other sports games like baseball haven't even gotten the time of day since 2008 is just disappointing. And the fact that Nintendo charged $70 for that shit is insane, bro. Mario has so many sports games, it's hard to keep track. Yeah, and that's the sad part. He has so many sports games, and yet the one they have to make every console generation for some fucking reason is Mario Tennis. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they make Mario Tennis first, just like as like a showcase of the console, just like as a, all right, we're gonna test this out, we're gonna see what how we can like handle the devs on this, so we can make other stuff. Back in the 16th, that's the marker way. Welcome Pearl to the stream. But yeah, after this match, we're gonna go into a private lobby. Why? More people are showing up, so might as well. But yeah, Pearl, I was talking about Mario Tennis. I was talking about how we didn't need a Mario Tennis. Like, straight up, we just didn't need a new Mario Tennis. Like, Mario Tennis is one of the few games where we can go a decade without it, and I think we can go 2 decades without it, and I still think we'd be fine. Like, it's just... A, it's just we've had it so much, and B, other games are just not... Other Mario sports games are not getting, like, remotely the same treatment, and yet Mario Tennis feels like it has to come out all the time. Like, it feels like such a tease. And you want to know how you know everyone's getting tired of it? It didn't even sell 1 million. Like, that heavily underperformed. For a Mario sports game, that is bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if for the next Mario sports games, they actually priced it like $50 to $60. Shit, I was gonna say something. I read Pearl's chat more quietly, and then, like, I kind of forgot what I was gonna say. But, oh yeah. But it just sucks. Like, Nintendo has so many of these awesome sports games, but it feels like they need to make Mario Tennis. It feels like every console generation, they have to step up Mario Tennis. It feels like they have to make Mario Tennis again. And it's like, we already... Like, Mario Power Tennis was basically the peak of the series, essentially. Like, Tennis Fever, I will admit, it is great. It is better than Aces. It's easily better than Open Smash. We can all admit that. But, like, I don't know if it's better than Power Tennis. Like, Power Tennis, like, gameplay-wise, it was so fun. We're glad they made that mistake and finally realized the pricing was a problem, for real. And for people who say Fire Emblem, that's probably an intelligent system problem and not a Nintendo problem. I actually did see one thing about Pokemon with the pricing. What is that? They said they want to increase the price, but they said it's going to be hard to try and increase the price without justifying why two versions should exist. Like, I read that somewhere. They were like, oh yeah, we want to raise the price, but it's going to be hard to do that because otherwise it's going to be really hard to justify why two versions of the same game would need to exist. I'm like, oh damn. Wait, they like actually realized that? Oh, knowing Pokemon, they just would have just... I thought knowing them, they would have just, like, made that shit, like, 80 and still sell two games no matter what. Like... But yeah, no, even they're like, yeah, no, if we make two games, like, it's gonna be hard to justify the price. And it's like, yeah, I don't blame them. Like... I'd say, but nah, I kind of agree with Pokemon on that. I feel like if they were to make it $80, you can't have two versions anymore. Like, I'm sorry, it's just so hard to justify. Like, back in the 3DS days, $80 was the two versions combined. Now, assuming they release the game in 2027 at 80 for both of them, if they do, then then you're paying 80 for one Pokemon game. And you gotta pay another 80 for a second one. Which, that is gonna be hard to go with. Which, I feel like for some casuals, I feel like for a great chunk of casual, that's gonna be kinda hard to justify. Like, I don't know, man. They're gonna see it as, oh no, I paid a decade ago, $80 was just two versions. Now it's like just one of the two. After hearing that, we're just disappointed they didn't go with that idea of... After hearing that, we're disappointed that they didn't go with the idea of price increase, but only in one version. Yeah, if you ask me, I think the two separate versions is just... I feel like that idea is outdated. You notice most other games that attempt the two versions, they try it for one generation, and then they just go back to one version. They just realize it's just not worth it. You know, Guy Watch tried it, didn't work. Fire Emblem tried it, and it actually did work sales-wise, but yeah, no, they abandoned that. Even they abandoned that. And according to Skipper, well, the two versions, well, they sold two versions, even though they're just practically the same game, but just under, you know, different labels for marketing and shit. We'd be totally fine with paying $70 in exchange of the death of version exclusivity. Yeah, no. And honestly, I don't mind version exclusivity. Like, if it feels like they're two completely different games. But no, for Pokemon, it's like, what, 4 extra new Pokemon? With like, just 4 extra new Pokemon essentially? And like, just 4 extra new Pokemon, and the legendary you get is different. Which, if you ask me, yeah, no, there's no reason that game, there should be two versions. Like, I'm sorry, it's just stupid in my opinion. Even as a kid, I thought it was stupid. Even as a kid, I thought it was stupid. Even as a kid, I was like, why is there two versions? It's the exact same fucking game. So, honestly, Pokemon's one of the few times, like, one of the good changes I still think they should do is I think they should just get rid of the two versions. Because, simply put, there's just no need for them anymore. And it still baffles me. There are really people out there who feel like they have to spend, who have to buy money for the two versions. When it's like, no, buddy. I promise you. Pokemon had such a weird decade. Like, growth-wise, this is probably easily their best decade since the 90s. But, like, quality-wise, but, like, growth-wise, this is probably the best decade they've had since the 90s. Like, the trading cards, like, one of the, like, the trading cards are back on top again. Like, I remember a decade ago, they were kind of just third fiddle. Like, it went from the Pokemon video games and the Pokemon anime, and people care about the trading cards, but it's like, you know, they're obviously still always in stock, right? Like, you know, they always exist, but I feel like you can kind of tell it kind of played third fiddle a decade ago. Shit, and now, a decade later, that's like the main appeal now. That's like basically the ace option. That's like their ace now. Alright, we're gonna make a new lobby now. We're gonna make a new room now. But yeah, no, it's, like I said, and I know what I'm talking about, because I actually bought Pokemon cards a decade ago. They were always in stock. Nowadays, it feels like a fucking lottery pick on whether you'll get them or not. Oh, it's thundering outside. Quit. Because we're gonna make a new lobby. What is it outside? Oh yeah, it's full of rain clouds. Alright guys, yeah, no, we're still streaming, obviously. We just started. At the same time though, if the power goes out, if the stream goes out for any reason, my stream went out, so. I low-key want to get back to Pokemon cards. I don't blame you. Pokemon cards, they are fun to see. When you get, like, something that's over... I remember back in the day, getting a Pokemon card over 100 HP meant, like, you were, like, basically Elon Musk level. Or you were just getting rich. If you had an EX card, you were like Elon Musk, bro. You were like Elon Musk. Especially if you had, like, 10 of them. Like, it was insane. Like, the Insanity SMB. Alright, hold on. I collected Pokemon cards back when I was 11, and I looked for them a few months ago, and apparently my parents sold them. That's insane! Bro, and they didn't even, and assuming, they probably didn't sold them before the spike. If they sold them during the spike that we're having right now, oh yeah, no, they would have been rich. Could have paid off your college tuition. Alright, we're gonna wait a little bit, see if more people want to hop on in. But, yeah, like I said. Like I said. I don't know why I'm just saying stuff just to say stuff. But chat, Raiders is coming. We're on our way. Nice. Oh, Chuck Conroy. Yeah, he's doing a Dream Team series. When I saw his title that said Dreaming a New Let's Play, I was like, yeah, no, that's Dream Team. I don't even need to click. And I saw he uploaded. Nice. I don't watch Chuck Conroy, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, his videos... Whenever he starts a new series, it always shows up on my recommendations. So, there you go. I'm gonna be honest. Shout out Chuck Conroy. I'm gonna be honest, I never watched him. Yeah, I know, that's crazy. I never watched Chuck Conroy. I know that's crazy because it feels like when you're a Nintendo kid, it feels like when you grow up a Nintendo fan, it feels like Chuck Conroy is like, you know, basically, it comes free with your Nintendo fan card. But like, I don't know, I just never watched Chuck Conroy. Like, or, I know why. One of the things I like with Let's Players back in the day is the fact that you can, like, play, like, a lot of different series at once. Like, if they upload a Let's Play and it's the one you don't care about, you just gotta wait till the next day and they'll just upload, like, a different Let's Play. For Chuck Conroy, he only does one Let's Play at a time, which means if he's doing a Let's Play you don't care about, you gotta wait, like, a few months for him to, like, wrap it up. And if you play something like Xenoblade, where you especially don't care about it, oh god, you basically have to unsubscribe at that point, because that's what he's playing for, like, that's basically what he's playing for, like, 1/8 of the decade. But Chuck Conroy is one of those people you always gotta respect, like, especially in the Nintendo YouTube scene. Chuck Conroy is unfortunately... Hold on, let me read this chat and not drive, just aimlessly. Chuck Conroy is unfortunately one of the only Let's Players that is still kicking. Most have changed their content or have fallen off. Yeah, easily. I remember even back in the day when I used to talk to friends, like, even, like, in 2020, we were talking about how Chuck Conroy is, like, one of the, like, the last Let's Players, like, still doing Let's Plays. And he's still doing Let's Plays. And you know what? Good for him. And the reason why I say he's still doing Let's Plays is, what I mean is, he's still doing Let's Plays that get good views. Most Let's Players who have done Let's Plays is, like, what Meowk said. They've fallen off. Like, they're only averaging maybe 1,000 viewers a video. But, like, Chuck Conroy is one of the few people who can still do Let's Plays and still get, like, maybe a minimum of, like, 10K. Actually, let me go see his view count. Yeah, like, he did a Pokemon series last time. He's still one of the few... He's still one of the few Let's Players where he can average, like, at minimum, like, 50K views a video. For a Let's Play. Like, most, even the fallen off YouTubers, like, for a fallen off YouTuber... like, their modern day peak don't even reach that. So, shout out Chuck Conroy for being one of the few Let's Players to, like, still be Let's Playing. I will say, though, I think one thing I do like is, he kind of evolved in a way where now, after his break, like, he's, like, kind of started doing, like, essay videos in between Let's Plays, and I think they're actually really good. It kind of showcase really how cool Chuck Conroy can be. Or how good Chuck Conroy can really be. Chuck Conroy is unfortunately one of the only Let's Players that is still kicking. Oh, I already read that. Also, Steph, it's way too early for anything claiming to be a leak. Oh. Going back to, like, version exclusives, the leak is true that Gen 10 is going to have, like, hundreds of new Pokemon. I'm terrified of the amount of version exclusives. No, Nintendo, it's probably going to be, like, 6. Or not Nintendo, no, in Game Freak. I saw a tweet, and it really reminds me, damn, man. With modern-day Pokemon really exists as a way. Modern-day Pokemon, like, the modern blueprint for how modern-day Pokemon came to be is Gen 1ers hating Black and White. Like, all the tweets I've seen about Black and White is basically, damn, bro, if only people liked Black and White at launch. It's crazy. Alright, we'll start off with just a regular race. What's the best Jolly Rancher flavor? Red. Easily red. Easily red. Blue is better, bro? Nah. Red's the best. Red's the best in anything. That's just a fact. Which one is red again? Like, nobody actually, like looks at the flavor names. They just go by color. We go by red, blue, green, white. Like, for example, if we name Gatorade flavor and you're actually saying Glacier Frost instead of, like, blue, bro, I'm gonna be like, oh. show was flying. No, I didn't even make it. Like, I'm not a big fan of playing on Bowser's Castle, mostly because it's one of those advanced skill tracks, and what I mean is, like, it feels like a track where you gotta be as good as Steph or Joseph to really win on, and if not, you're just basically just gonna be stuck in the middle in position. It just doesn't feel fun to play. Or it does feel fun to play if you're going up against people like that. And I get it. I know the skill issue. That's why I said advanced. Because obviously. Yeah. But yeah, Raiders is going to be very awesome. Hopefully. Alright, here we go. Are we gonna win this? No, because Steph is so clearly far ahead of them. Am I gonna sneak into 5th? Not really sneak, I'm like pretty blatantly obvious that I'm in 5th, so. Loving the feather more? Nice. Welcome, lively Yoshi fans, to the stream. Glad you could stop by. A Mori piano sheet and final soundtrack are back in stock. They won't put back, but you know what they won't put back in stock? They won't put back in stock like the freaking like soundtrack CD. I want to own the soundtrack CD, but they're just not doing that. There's like 20 blue Gatorades? I mean, not really. Oh, let me see what I can do. Airship Fortress, because that's fine. Like, I don't know. I feel like Dry Bones Burnout and Bowser's Castle are just too similar. Like, I don't know. Does anyone else feel that opinion? I always felt like Dry Bones Burnout just feels like Bowser's Castle Part 1. Like, it just doesn't feel that different of a track. But I will say, chat, I did place in my order for the Splatoon Raiders Fry Amiibo. I'm not putting them all in. I feel like this game loves picking Pearl's tracks. Like, I feel like if Pearl picks a track that most of us kind of don't really want to play on, it's always like one of the first tracks we play. Like, not really in my opinion. The only similarity is they both have lava. I mean, yeah, but both of them feel like they both have like, you know, similar levels of lava. I've been so busy that the Raiders hype has barely settled for me yet. I'll probably be more hyped the night before it drops, but I'm not feeling it now. I don't blame you. I feel like it's just the fact that time's moving on so quick. Like, it feels like as a kid, it feels like time moves on just like so slow. So when it actually does come out, then it's like I feel like since time moves so slow for you as a kid, you're like more settled into the hype. But because like, you know, since as you grow older, time moves up pretty fast. So I remember even all the way up until my 15th birthday, it just felt like every day was just so fucking slow. But then all of a sudden, it felt like during COVID, it felt like every day was just going by so fast. Like, I remember the 16th birthday, it was the first time where it was my birthday, and I just kind of just was like, alright, it's my birthday, yay. Instead of it feeling like a special day, it was weird. feel like if there's one thing most people agree on, it's just the fact that time has just felt like it gone so fast, since COVID. But I don't blame you, Meow, 'cause, like, I don't know, like, I feel like I should be, like, as hyped as I should be for Raiders for, Splatoon since Splatoon 3. I think the reason for me is that Splatoon 3, while it is objectively the best game, I don't know, it just feels, I don't know, it feels like it, I don't know, it just feels like something, it feels like, I don't know, it feels like I'm disappointed with how they handled the game, and because of that, it's just like, Raiders came out, and now I'm like, alright. Alright, we're just gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna see how this goes. When it's like, oh man, I should have been hyped for Splatoon. I mean, I should be like, oh man, I need this now, type of thing. Like, Splatoon 3, I literally could not wait for it to come out. Like, I was just like, oh my god, yes, it's coming out, yes. You're joining? Nice. That reminds me of that Dry Bones track from Bowser's Castle in 8. Yeah. Also remember Steph said for Mario Tennis, he can tell that, Mario Tennis was so... The Mario Tennis game was so underwhelming. He even remembers there was, like, barely any hype for it. And I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Like, even, like, up to Mario Tennis, it was like, oh, Mario Tennis is coming out. There's that. Alright. Dandelion deaths. COVID really just screw everyone's perception of time so much, man. Yeah, I know, easily. Like, COVID really made everyone... Like, COVID was so interesting. Everybody had to stay inside, and everyone had to share one similar experience, and that was staying inside all day. I still remember before COVID, like, there was, like, a Tumblr post. There was, like, some post about, like, how, like, people in Asia, or specifically Japan, wear masks. To prevent sickness, and they're like, wow, this is so cool. They should, like, implement this in America. That would be awesome. They implemented it in America, and then it became a whole political statement. It was fucking, oh my god. Shit like that is the reason why, like, some, like, culture, some, like, cool, some, like, you know, neat or good, like, cultures like that just don't fly in America. Like, people hated wearing masks and shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like wearing masks. There's a reason why after 2 months, most states were pretty much already lifting the COVID bans. They're like, alright. They're basically like, alright, yeah, no, I hate wearing a mask too. To showcase how much everyone hated wearing a mask, my sophomore year, everyone was required to wear a mask. Junior year, when, nobody had to wear, when it was not required to wear a mask, nobody was wearing a mask. Like, a few people were wearing a mask by the start of the school year. Nobody was, like, wearing a mask. Nobody was wearing a mask by, like, the end of the year. Like, nobody was wearing a mask by the end of the semester. Like, it was, like, everyone hated wearing masks. It was interesting. But what I'm trying to say is, I remember everyone had to stay inside, and I remember people were like, oh my god, COVID's so boring, man. What is there to do? It's so boring. And I'm like, not really. There's fucking everything to do. Watch movies, play video games, form a hobby, do anything. Like, if you're bored, bro, that's just on you, bro. Like, anytime somebody says they're bored and they, like, I don't know, like, live in a major city or just have access to anything, I'm like, have you considered forming a hobby? Welcome HMB Gaming to the stream. As somebody with glasses that time was terrible. Oh, yeah, because, like, doesn't it fog it up? Yeah, nah, that gotta suck. I heard about how, like, it can fog up and all that. Nope. Sorry, Steph. Had to sneak in that win. And welcome HMB, the alt account. Like, I feel like for Bowser's Castle needs to be all big and bad. This track really... This track finest to really do that. Wait, it does do that? Guys, I got third. Let's go. Oh, Violet was only behind by 1. We got AJ in here. What's up? I feel like for Bowser's Castle, it really needs to be all big and bad, and this track doesn't really do that. What track? Drivebun's Burnout or Bowser's Castle? I feel like Bowser's Castle it does feel big, or it does feel bad. It doesn't feel big, though. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel as big and grand, like, as in Wii. Or even, like, 8. Burnout. Oh, okay. You know, I don't blame you. So... Let me see, anything new? I saw Coke was about to, rebrand, like, their drinks. Or they're about to change how their drinks look. I think people complaining about having nothing to do were definitely more extroverted, speaking of since COVID staying inside just feels like normal now for a lot of people. Yeah. I think the people complaining about having nothing to do were definitely more extroverted. I feel like they're either more extroverted or they were just kind of like... Or they're kind of just like, maybe boring people. Like, because it's like, anybody who says they have nothing to do, I'm just like, bro, there's like a billion things to do, bro. You're just boring. No, I pressed B, bro. What the fuck? I pressed B. Okay, guys, after this, we actually will do a knockout tour. I literally pressed B. What the fuck? I didn't want to do this. Plus, it helps with the dysphoria. We don't have the energy to fix our appearance at our own home. We still wear glasses, too. We still wearing masks. I literally changed from an extrovert to an introvert because of COVID. Damn. I feel like nothing's worse as a kid than, like, something, like, or periods over time where you just go from being an extrovert to an introvert. Like, that's all. That always sucks. It always blows. I think if there's one thing COVID convinced everyone that's a good thing, it convinced everyone that office spaces are kind of fucking stupid. Like, office spaces, like, I gotta go to an office. Like, I don't have to go to an office, but people had to go to an office. So, people had to go to an office just to do work that they could easily do at home. It makes no sense. That's why I hate when, old people are like, oh man, I want people to go back to work. Why do people working at home? And it's like, motherfucker, what's the benefit of working at an office space? Like, dog, like, most of the work we have is offline, bro. Like, I am bored halfway in the year 2026. Luckily, Greg 56 is live on YouTube, so there's that. But yeah, there's like a billion games you can play. There's a lot of hobbies you can get into. It's like... Some hobbies are kind of literally free to get into via the internet, so... really young during COVID, which robbed me a crucial time to socialize. Yeah. Okay, so you say you're 16, so... Oh, you were like 10 when COVID happened. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, 10 years old, man. That's like, prime elementary school friendships. Like, I feel like that's when, elementary school friendships are in its prime. 3rd grade. Third grade was so good, I had to do it twice. I actually did fail 3rd grade, so I did have to do it twice. Trust me, man. I remember I cried when I found out I failed just because of the fact that, oh man, I hate school and I gotta do more school again? Also, I remember I cried because it felt like every time I was trying my hardest and I was still buglit. But yeah, it was so euphoric when I, like, actually found out I passed 3rd grade. I was like, let's go. I was just thinking of, like, the people who are, like, entering middle school during COVID. Because, like, middle school is such a, like, a weird time. Like, middle school makes you realize... Middle school kind of makes you realize what's socially, like, good or not. And I feel like for a lot of people, like, they didn't really go to middle school because of, like, COVID and stuff. And so when they enter high school, they're doing, like, a lot of shit that they think it's cool, and then they get, like, humbled real fucking quick. Or they realize their issues are either way more of an issue than they thought, or it's like or it's such a nothing burger, it's unbelievable. Boredom's kind of underrated? Nah, not really. To be honest, it's better to be young during COVID. That way, at least I get a graduation class in 2020. Class of 2020. I know Chikojin. She was a class of 2020. I kind of feel bad for her just because, damn man, like, she didn't get a graduation. You see, we didn't get a graduation. We didn't get a prom. But my sister was also a class of 2020. You know who else was class of 2020? Literally all my cousins. Like, most of my cousins are around my sister's age, and we're all class of 2020, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta go to, like, so many, like, graduation ceremonies. I gotta go to so many boring-ass graduation ceremonies. Even my graduation ceremony was pretty boring. It's just a waiting game. Do you guys do online classes? Not really on my end. It was just more or less, like, kind of just, like, well, it was teams, but it was just what they posted in teams to say, hey, do this assignment in teams, yada, yada. Bro, oh my god, it was so easy to just not do the work. It was so easy just to cheat, bro. Like, it was crazy how easy it was. Oh wait, how is it underwater during that one segment? Nah, that's actually crazy. What, does it drain? No way! Go, got in 3rd. But yeah, but what I was saying is my sister was class of 2020, and so was most of my cousins, so that would have just been, I probably would have had to attend like 4 graduation ceremonies, and that's just But yeah, no, yeah, no, and you see, we didn't have a graduation. We didn't have a graduation. But yeah, class of 2020. Graduation season is always so funny. It's so funny just watching class of 2020 just crash the fuck out that they just never had a graduation. You know, I don't blame them. For most of them, that's like the one graduation attempt, and then just got driven away. But at the same time, listen. If you went to college since 2020, like, you should not be complaining about that no more, because you literally got a graduation. You got a college graduation. You have, like, probably a bachelor's graduation. Like, simply put, like, come on, buddy. Wrap it up. And also, people who still complain about it like it's a big deal. It's like, motherfucker, that was 6 years ago, bruh. Like, grow up. I prefer office work rather than at home just for the social experience and excuse it out more. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's like the one perk office work has. I will say, I have two of the same opinions that feel like they vary, but I feel like they don't. And those opinions are, I don't think having an office space, I don't think having an office building is worth it anymore, just because we have like, if you're working on a company that kind of just uses online anyway, I feel like there's no reason for office building. I feel like there's no reason for office buildings like that to really be around anymore, just because everybody's, well, just work offline, because that's just work at home. That's just what you do. At the same time, I hate the people who treat working in an office space is like social hell. Like, anybody who complains about the social hell of working in an office space, it's just, I don't know, it feels like they're just complaining about nothing. Like, it feels like they're complaining about it feels like they feel like Squidward to me. They feel like they think they're so much better than everyone else, when in actuality, they are just like the people there. They are just like the people there. Like, one of the movies I don't like is Office Space. Office Space feels like, to me, it's like the guy's like, oh my god, I gotta work in this hell. This is literally the 9th layer of hell. Oh my god, I wouldn't even wish this on my worst enemy. This is the worst thing of my life. And all they have to do is easy work. They just talk to people, and the people they're talking to, they're never usually like mean. They're like at max passive aggressive, because it is a work environment at the end of the day. Like, they work an easy 9 to 5. They get paid a livable wage. Like, that was always something where I'm just like, what the fuck are you complaining about? I'm so glad most of Gen Z kind of realized that Gen X and Millennials were fucking stupid and saying that, because we were like, motherfucker, that seems like, motherfucker, that's like a dream job, actually. What the fuck are you bitching about? The economy was so good back in the day that working just a regular 9 to 5 job seemed like hell's basement. But in actuality, it's like the best case scenario. On GSMA. You started working again in September, probably? Oh, hell yeah, now that is gonna be awesome. We're glad it was taken away. We didn't want it. We hate being in front of crowds at the time and hated the name. You know, I don't blame you for doing that. I say graduation is just a case of, hey, man, just get it, or hey, Sid, and just get it over with. Boom, there you go. Alright, now let's actually do Knockout Tour. The only reason we even did another Grand Prix is just because I forgot. But no, the reason why is because I missed it. Alright, are we all ready for a knockout tour? Are y'all ready for a knockout tour? I still see motherfuckers who glaze Gen X and millennial culture to this day. The only thing you can glaze about them is the fact that economy was good and, like, you can, like, and rent was cheap and all that. Rent was so cheap, like, it was considered the biggest loser move ever to still be living with your parents. Now it's like, you gotta live with your parents as long as possible, dog, because, yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck that. Alright. Wait for one more minute to see if more people will hop on in. But yeah, millennial cultures, bro. Bro, Gen X. Bro, Culture war, or Generation Culture Wars is so funny to me. Like, it's funny to take as, like, semi-serious, but, like, people who, like, ride or die with that shit is so funny to me, bro. It's like, motherfucker, you peaked in high school, bro. You're mad that life has moved on. Like, grow the fuck up. You're, like, divorced with 4 fucking kids. Like, for me, man, I'm 22, but when I'm 33, I'm still gonna be goated. I'm still gonna be trying brand new shit. I'm still gonna be trying what the culture is new. I'm not gonna be sitting here basically gonna be like, oh, but, well, man, when I was like 16, man, I did this. I was the cool kid. And now I'm just an old unk. Oh, now it's just stupid. I bet you kids don't even know what a Tooslami is. I bet you kids don't even know what a Spotify is. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'll be like, hey, back in my day, it was kind of cool like this. But I'm still gonna be like, hey, this is the new generation. This new generation's kind of cool. We're gonna be trying this. That's what I'm gonna do. Not so stupid. Every generation got some stuff right and some did stupid stuff. But they complain about the ones that came before and after. Oh, easily. And the sad part is, the generation thing, that is literally as old as time. Does bro know what a floppy disk is? Yeah, guys, the generation doesn't even know what a floppy disk is. Now all they know is, like, a tic-tac and a click-clack. Like, it's like, alright, buddy. It's alright, buddy, grandpa. Alright, grandpa. Nursing home's coming in. Alright, let's actually, start on that. You got our head. This generation doesn't know how to summon a demon. Back in my day, we didn't have phones. We would play in the mud. Like, yeah, grandpa, go back to bed. And the crazy part is, anytime a generation complains about, oh, back in my day, we didn't have to go on phones. Motherfucker, you give the older generation an iPhone 4 with Spotify Premium. They would never shut the fuck up about that. They would never shut the fuck up about that. Demons fell off. Let's summon old Triple T instead. Now that is true. Can we give this man a true in chat? I gotta actually commission like a true emote, because that would be fun. But yeah, no, you give the old generation an iPhone 4 with Spotify Premium. They're never shunning the fuck up. They're never shunning the fuck up. Simply put. They're mad because they didn't have an iPhone back in the day. Tour. Mario Kart World Tour? The game that's about to shut down in September because, welcome, Agent Fox Gaming. I think my parents are gonna get dinner, and if that's the case, I think I might order. What should I order? I think Domino's. Domino's is good. Domino's is all good in the hood. No, seriously, Domino's is good. But guys, if you want to stay tuned for when I stream Splatoon Raiders on the midnight launch day 1, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. This stream is going to be that stream is going to be awesome. We get to see what Fry, we get to see Deep Cut actually have storytelling. We get to see Fry be awesome. We get to see Shiver be awesome. We get to see Big Man hopefully do something. We get to see who the hell this mechanic is. See, why the hell they invited that mechanic and not the engineer, bro, from Team Fortress 2? Like, are they stupid? They gotta be stupid, bro. Deep Cut, bro. This is how you know Deep Cut is in the trenches, bro. They can't even afford the engineer from Team Fortress 2, bro. Like, that is just insane. Oh, okay. So they're going to discover a bunch of Traverse Today's Flatland, but like, who's buying all this? Who are the Splatoon billionaires? Pearl, the Pearl family. You think Marina made enough money? Or you think Callie and Marie made enough money from the Splatoon 1 days? They probably have. There's gotta be like some Splatoon billionaire up in there. There's gotta be some Splatoon billionaire. Yo, can you imagine a Splatoon game where it tackles the idea of like billionaires who control society? That would be insane, bruh. Can you imagine that? I would buy that game. That game would actually be interesting. Alright, Asian Fox is in first, although there's two of them, so I don't know which one's which. It's so crazy how in this game they nerf bombs, like you actually have to run into that shit. Like, in previous games, you just had to be next to it, and then that shit just blows the fuck up. Like how my YouTube channel's about to blow up. Oh! What the fuck was I aiming that to? You guys. No! Bro! Oh my god, bro. Why did I get crushed, bro? Bro, stop getting me, bro. Oh, where's everyone at? Alright, we're back. We are so back. What am you doing? What are we doing, bro? Oh my god. Shout out Orlando City SC. That's a shirt I'm wearing, or the jersey I'm wearing. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I was too busy showing that off. You know, Splatoon needs to start asking the real questions. Is Montana still on land? Is Montana still above water, or is that shit just below sea level? Is that shit just below sea level at this point, bro? Like, is Montana still around anymore? Welcome Season Steve into the stream. Mind if I invade your room? No problem. I don't mind a bit. Totally not streaming. Hell yeah. Shout out you. Use your mushroom. A lot of coins. Too bad I'm already rich. Man, I need to play more Mario Party again. I kind of want to, like, try and get more money as much as I can. I want to be the winner in Mario Party. It was fun when me and Emmy played Mario Party. Also, that stream that, that recent, me and Emmy stream, actually did really well. Like, in the VOD-wise, like, it gained 100 additional views from the VOD, which is insane. I don't know what happened in the algorithm, but hey, I guess people really like seeing Greg and Emmy. We should just call it Grammy. Woo! That happens when I stream Mario Maker 2 sometimes. Yeah, nah, I was about to say something, but I think you know more about that than I do, so. Hey, Pirates, the Pittsburgh Pirates look good right now. 52-48. I say that, and then they're gonna probably lose like 8 straight. Probably that's gonna happen. But Mew Mew's gonna win probably. I don't want food. Mew Magic's the best. That's what they say. Can we do KO Tour to make up for the 2 Grand Prix? The 2 KO Tours? Yeah, we could do that. We also got more people in. Whoa, how is everyone doing? How's everyone doing? You love missing cuts? Damn. The Brandon video is usually... The Brandon's video sometimes gets, like, a jump in views. Like, I don't know if it's just, like, there's always a new wave, but it's always, like, people looking up that shit. And, you know what? I'm glad I made that, because it feels like even in the long term, I think that video will do good. He's in my chat? Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. We're going to be doing another KO Tour, because we accidentally did a Grand Knockout Tour. We accidentally did a Grand Prix. Okay, I'm not talking today. I accidentally did a Grand... I did a Grand... What the fuck is it called? Grand Prix. Okay, I already forgot. But yeah, chat. Grand Prix. Yeah. I know how it's said. Yeah, we already did another Grand Prix, so... or we did 2 Grand Prix instead of 1, so we're gonna do another Knockout Tour. And also, we got more people in. Grand Prix. Okay, Grand Prix. There we go. Ooh, okay, we getting more people. Alright, wait another 30 seconds, see if more people will want to hop on in. Grand Prix like Capri Sun. Why are you pronouncing it like that? Because I forgot how to pronounce it, okay? We all have our moments. We all have our moments. And, we all have our rock bottom moments. That's probably it. Mispronouncing Grand Prix. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 14 out of 22. That's like half of 22. But chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream and want to see more stuff like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It helps out. But if not, hey, watch the stream counts just as much as generally. And also, if you guys want to submit in a custom Grand Prix or Knockout Tour with your own custom rules and your own custom item set, it is only 200 jewels or $2. So if you want to do that, hey, there you go. But that's completely optional. If you want to just watch the stream just as God intended, hey, there you go. There you go. That's all we need. Just watching the stream in general. And because you're doing that, You are goated. You are goated right now. Like us forgetting the title Riptide Rupture. I mean, I think anyone wants to forget that Ink Theory exists. I remember Monk said in the Discord he'd rather listen to Crazy Frog 100 times than listen to Only in Ohio more than once, and I don't blame him. And also, he says Crazy Frog clears Baby No Money, and that is the most truest thing ever. Can we get this man a true in chat? Just because Crazy Frog is better than Baby No Money. Yo, Chad, bro, why did they make Ned from Spider-Man a Baby No Money fan? That had to be the worst news I've seen ever. Bro, how did the CEO of Sex is bumping Baby No Money? Just because that, we gotta demote him from that title, bro. His nickname was the CEO of Sex, and now he's no longer anymore. Because his ass listens to some Baby No Money, bro. Why does he be listening to some Baby No Money, bro? My bro really be like, yeah, guys, I listen to Baby No Money, bro. Now, Chad, I want to say this. This is not a Baby No Money safe space. So if you love Baby No Money, I got some bad news for you. I got more bad news than bad news buried. Went from the CEO to the SEO, Secretary Entertainment Officer. I don't know. In one move too. I really want to get. I get where you're coming from, but I don't know what an SEO means. So I think that's like the. Isn't that the position lower than CEO? Okay, remember in 2017 when the Emoji Movie was on the internet? Secretary Executive Officer. Okay, so that basically is not the CEO. So he basically got downgraded to Secretary. All I can say is, yeah, no, that one single move, him listening to Baby No Money, got him downgraded. Now, if you guys notice, real winners don't listen to Baby No Money. You notice how it's always losers who listen to Baby No Money? Hashtag noticing. Bro, that fucking football player knocked me off, bro. What a loser. In that case, I've lost like 100 times in your life. Hey, you know what they say? Oh, shit, it's like a... What is it? But I stopped years ago. Luckily... Hey, you know what they say? Hard times create stronger men. How the fuck did I get that? You know what they say? Hard times create stronger men. And that's what you did. You went through hard times, but now you're stronger because of that. So listening to Baby No Money will make me a stronger person. Well, you know what they say. If you're going through a downtime, the only way to go is up. You know what they say. When there's down, there's up. No, listening to trash things will make you a stronger man if you pursue to it. Some people... I should be more doctor listening to Only on Ohio, yeah. Listen, here's the thing. If a bad situation If you can survive through it, you can be a stronger person. You can be a stronger person. But some people love bad situations and they don't grow stronger. They grow weaker. They grow weaker. They basically grow immortal. Or not immortal. They basically grow weaker than a twig, okay? But if you perceive through it and actually manage to listen to good music and go through the hard times, you will become a stronger person. You know what they say, when there's a will, there's a power. Who followed me on Twitter? Do I know this? Or is it a bot account? I think it's a bot account. Yeah, it looks like it. How long is that? My parents went to see the Odyssey. Damn, it's a 3-hour fucking movie? Oh my lord. That movie's 3 hours? Oh god, that's long. Alright, Mew Mew's in first. Who else? We got Mew Mew, Season Steven, AJ, Violet, Joshua, Delta Fox, AAT, Old School. Listen, the baby no money downgrades you from CEO to unemployed. Basically, bruh. But guys, I thought Ned was the coolest guy ever. Then he listened to Baby No Money. My respect levels went down, guys. I couldn't do it, bro. Not even MJ would do this, bro. Bro, I don't even think the Green... I don't even think the Green Goblin would do that, okay? Skipper says Mario Kart World streams be like, and then it's just circling the plus button, being like, press me. Bro, motherfuckers will do anything except press the plus button on Mario Kart World streams. They're like, wait, I think I should do 3-lap tracks? I thought that was like with the dinosaurs, guys. Like, I didn't know that was a real thing. It's like, guys, that is. You know what they say? If you ain't a strawberry, you're a kiwi. It's like how Steph is being like, hey guys, I'm not gonna be a kiwi, I'm gonna be a strawberry. Oh, and Steph getting blue shouting! But he is still so far in the lead. Who's top 4? Joshua, Old School, Steph, and Violet. Is Violet gonna get violent? If you ain't a tongue, you're a whore. Now that is beautifully written. Ready? Oh, he did the cut. He thinks he's a gangster. Is Steph gonna win? Steph looks like he got this locked in. Yep, everyone else is pretty far behind. Wait. Oh, wait. No, I think everyone's so far behind. Yep. Ah, people are coming in close though. Did a little too much with that feather, it almost cost you? That's insane. That's more insane than the Insanity SMP. You want normal Nakator? What do you mean normal Nakator? That was that was as normal as it gets, man. I'm sorry, bro. That is definitely as normal as it gets. Straight up, like on jaw, bro. On jaw. Put that on jaw. But guys, if you're enjoying this type of stream and want to see more stuff like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button will really help out. But if not, a watch stream counts just as much anyway. Pearl. Which one of your sodas would most likely be a Baby No Money fan? And which one would be most likely be a Baby No Money fan? None of them? Alright. I feel like all of your sonas all just have the same thing in common. Like, there's no variety. How are you gonna have 3 different sonas, but yet all of them are kind of like the same person? Like, if you ask me, I feel like it'd be more interesting if you give them, like, a little bit more interesting things. There's variety, you just don't know it. You just don't know it. Okay. Okay, so for all 3 of the sonas, if they had to choose between having 5 grilled cheese sandwiches... I got fucked. Daytel would not listen to Baby No Money. Daytel, he would have coworkers who would listen to Baby No Money. But Daytel would not listen to Baby No Money. Daytel would not listen to Baby No Money. But he would have... But his coworkers at the Tiki Bar would listen to Baby No Money and try and convince them that this shit's fire. You gotta hop off for a bit, I'll BRB. Alright. But Pearl, if all 3 of your sonas were to either have 5 grilled cheese sandwiches or have Montana split into 5 states, what would their answers be? Boom, I asked you a good question. That's a question that has never been asked before, besides from Greg 56 himself. So now, boom, there you go. That's a question everyone needs to ask. Listens to Baby No Money, likes milk, hates Monster and soda. Oh boy. What are we calling that? Greg? Okay, so there's Greg 56. What do we call that? What's like... I don't know. Cherry would take the grilled cheese and give it to her wife. Violet and Pearl don't even know what Montana is. Bruh, nah, you gotta... Bruh, and you guys say I'm uneducated. Like, you need to go educate Violet and Pearl about geography. Do they think New Hampshire is, like, a country? Like, they probably think North Korea is a powerhouse or something. Lusona specifically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They know geography, just the geography of their time. Okay, can they get up to date? But chat. Okay, I'll probably ask once the Grand Prix is over. In a perfect world, we'll have Drake 56 instead of Greg. Drake 65 and not Greg 56. Okay, buddy. Is it a scammer? Yep. Steph, I notice you are too much in the lead, so I gotta get rid of your defensive power base, okay? Like, listen, Steph, I get it. In a world of tongues, you want to be a Sahor, but listen, man. Listen, man. You gotta be a tongue, man, so... You know, if AI-generated music did exist, I do, in the Splatoon universe, via Sideloader, I do think Marina would rock with Tung 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 Sahor. She is the type of person to be like, oh, it's a Sahor, oh my! He's an angel born in hell, oh man! Okay, wow, I am getting bad luck. But chat, I got a question. Got any better questions for our Sonas? Okay, I'm asking this question for everyone's. If everyone had an OC, would they choose 5 grilled cheese sandwiches or have Montana split into 5 states? Probably Montana, the 5 states. Got any better questions for Arizona? Would they want to be roommates with Daytel? Like, Daytel, he'll always find a way. He'll always scrape up some money to either go to, like, some underground concert, or he'll either find up, like, some way. He'll find some way to scrape up enough money to, like, go live with someone and pay rent. Like, he'll always find a way. Like, would you guys live with Daytel, or are you guys like, hell nah, bro, his music tastes probably trash. He probably smelly, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. He works at a tiki bar, bro. That's trash. That's boring. That's lame, bro. Alright, come on. Big up, Greg. You're awesome, bro. Stay blessed. Appreciate it, Mark. Appreciate it, Mark Glazer South. Montana until 5 states or Alaska becomes a Canada Providence. You know what? I say let's have Canada as like an Alaska Providence. Because Canada, we can have like a lot of things in Canada. We can just, that's like a lot of land. And plus, Alaska's already so big. Might as well just make it into, might as well make Canada, might as well merge Canada into Alaska. Just might as well. Also, because of that, Toronto would be the biggest city in Alaska, not Anchorage or Anchorage. I don't give a fuck about Alaska to know everything. Support the homie and smash the like button. Hell yeah. What Mark said. Support the homie and smash that like button. Montana easy. Alaska is too vulnerable to let go like that. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no. Meow says Alaska becomes a Canada province. Oh. I read it as Canada becomes Alaska province. Oh. So Montana's a 5 states or Alaska becomes a Canada province? Montana's a 5 states. Yeah, no. Alaska's way too valuable of a state to be a Canada province. Like, we can't just let that go. Like, honestly, if the U.S. were to let go of states, Alaska would unironically be one of the last states they let go of. Like, Alaska, on paper, it has fucking nothing. There's like, well, why would anyone move there? But in actuality, it has so many rich and valuable resources that the United States will never let go. So yeah, Montana's a 5 states. Montana doesn't need to be that big anyway. Yeah, chat. Would you guys though see want to live with Daytel? Like, would he see Daytel and be like, oh, hell yeah, he's the type of guy where he'd be like, ew, hell no, he's stinking crazy. The U.S. wanted to make Trinidad and Tobago another state to stop the Venezuelan drug trade. TNT is the most southern Caribbean, isn't nowhere near the U.S. Damn. Crazy. Here will want to know Daytel better, and Pearl and Vi would not even consider sharing a living space with a human. Okay, see, Pearl and Violet are boring because, come on, they see someone like Daytel and they're like, oh no, he's the human, hell no. Like, they could literally see, like, the greatest human ever who literally goes, like, checks off every attribute of a great person. They'd be like, hell nah, bro, he's a human, so he's cringe. Looks like Stephen Curry's hairline. Pearl Sona's human lore? Okay, but would they turn on Montana into 5 states? Do they have slurs for human, Pearl? It's crazy, Brad. The way Greg read it is way more entertaining, so we're going with that debate instead. I mean, if Canada were to merge with Alaska, it becomes a part of the U.S., that would be funny. Just the fact that Alaska's we just now got this big-ass fucking state. Just this big-ass continuous state. There's gonna be so many new memes and sayings where it's like, oh man, you could drive for 26 hours and you'll still be in Alaska. Some shit like that. If that already exists for Texas, oh my god, imagine that with fucking Alaska, bro. If it merged with Canada, or if Canada merged with Alaska. No? I was about to say, it was Nakatour? No, it's just a fucking lap. No, it's good. Desert Hills Scuba Trip Beach. Alright, here we go. I'm thinking about Montana or grilled cheese. I'm gonna just start asking people that question just because you can tell it always throws people off. They're like, whoa, like an actual unique question? Oh, fuck. I got a stupid fucking thing. Ooh, AAT22 one. Let's go. Hold on. It's just, it's just the stream where where it's just stupid, bruh. That's enough for me. Gonna MP now. Awesome. Now people are asking, donate 5 grilled cheese sandwiches to the homeless or combine 5 surrounding states to Montana. I don't know. That's a hard question. That is a hard question. What the fuck? Okay, let me look up on Google fucking Maps. Who is surrounded by Montana? Who is surrounded by Montana? Idaho, Wyoming, South Dakota, North Dakota, and Oregon and Washington. You know what? We're gonna... Ooh, Montana. I mean, besides, like, Oregon, where they get Portland, like they don't really get anything of note. Like, South Dakota, like, North Dakota... Like, North Dakota has the Mount Rushmore. South Dakota has nothing. Wyoming has Yellowstone. Idaho has Boise. Oregon, it has Portland. You know, that's a great question. That's a good question. It's either that, the 5 homeless, but 5 grilled cheese sandwiches, the homeless. I mean, I don't know, man. Hi, hello, Blue. Welcome to the stream. What is this nonsense you just asked Syntax and I? You know, people have been asking, you know, people always have questions for OCs and stuff. And you know what? I just thought, what if I just throw something a little interesting? What if I ask, like, an actual interesting question that makes people think? So that's what I asked. I don't know if you have any OCs, Blue, but if you want to answer that question for your OCs, there you go. Alright, if you guys want to join in, IDs and pinned. Yeah, let me whip something up. Alright. I'll lurk too? Hell yeah. The only thing this question makes me think about is what drugs is Greg's doing. You know, people always want to ask unique questions and stuff. So when I do, all of a sudden, now it's like, oh, what are you doing, Greg? Alright, Syntax said that they would turn Montana into 5 states and don't like cheese that much. There you go. Alright, now for Blue. Well, it's gonna be a minute, though. But you know what is gonna take a minute? This versus. Because, well, it's gonna take 5 minutes, and that's how long Grand Prix is. Usually for 3. Oh, fuck, that's a loud-ass fucking notification. Are we still on the Montana grilled cheese question? Basically. It's just a question that everyone needs to ask. Yes, somehow? What do you mean somehow? This is a question that requires a lot of things. This requires willpower. It requires extra thoughts. It requires extra thoughts. It requires extra thoughts. Like, it requires things to make. I don't know, man. That's a tough question. If we turn Montana to 5 states, what would be the socio and political economic state of the Midwest would turn into? Rather steal 5 grilled cheese sandwiches from the homeless or swap the locations from Montana's 5 states? Probably swap the locations. I mean, what do you mean swap the locations? We're just changing names. We're just changing names, really. We're just changing Wyoming's name to Montana. We're changing Washington's name to Idaho. We're changing North Dakota to South Dakota. I feel like it'd be funny if you changed North Dakota and South Dakota's name, and then South Dakota's just on top while North Dakota's on the bottom. Like, that would be very interesting. Not really. What are you talking about? Hey, I know people who pick the Montana question just because they don't like grilled cheese. Not only syntax, but I actually knew... I'm gonna be honest, I actually did ask people at work for that, so... some people did choose the Montana option just because they don't like grilled cheese sandwiches, so... Wait, so is Montana getting the grilled cheese or we? You're getting the grilled cheese. You're getting the grilled cheese. It's either you get 5 grilled cheese sandwiches or the state of Montana gets turned into 5 more states. Why? Because if you think about it, does Montana really need to be 5 states? Like, Montana's that big-ass state and it has none. The only thing you can argue is Billings, and even Billings is like, who fucking cares? Yes, I meant swapping the entire geographic landmass of Montana and putting it in place of 5 states that would in turn fill where Montana used to be. Oh, okay. So swap the geographical landmass. Alright, so I gotta go... Probably Oregon. I don't know what the hell Oregon has. Like, I know a lot of other places, they have mountains and shit, and I know Montana has mountains and stuff. So we're gonna put it in Montana. We're gonna put the geographic place... So, okay, so we're probably gonna fill it in place around the other states. Stage 1 of a means death. Variant! Stage 1! Variant! You know what? I should just make that a YouTube video. That would be the worst YouTube video ever. Just actually discussing. Discussing. 5, just actually discussing that. Try and take it serious. Try and be like, No, that's a good question, Ed. Like, that would be the worst video ever, but you know what they say? People love originality. Originality succeeds. Isn't that what they say, guys? Stage 2, being covered by lessons in meme cultures. Stage 3, normies use it. Stage 4, companies use it. Real talk, I only know of memes nowadays from them. That's crazy. Nah, I feel like I'm always there for when the meme originates for the most part. For the most part, there's always, like, memes have gotten so big that, like, there's always subcultures that, like, you would never even have heard of. Okay, I thought that was drivable land. You gotta make the video LARPing as a political content creator so it makes it seem more legit. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not doing that. I would rather hunt a deer and cook myself before I LARP as a political content creator. I'm not being a grifter, bro. That is like a fate worse than death. Skipper's favorite track. That is true. I really hope Great does not become a right one. No, I would actually... Bro, I would... What would I do? What is something low that I would do that I would still prefer that over fucking becoming a political content creator? Like, I'm sorry, there is just no benefit besides money. And even then, the money doesn't even feel good. It feels like blood money in a way. Like, it just does, it's not worth it. No, it is never worth it. You just immediately become slop. You immediately become hated. There's nothing value. There's literally, quite literally nothing of value. It is miserable. What am I doing, bro? What? Okay, hold on. You know what I'm thinking about? Next month, LTG, Low Tier God, becomes a failure. According to him, He said 6 years ago, he infamously said 6 years ago, if I'm still streaming in 6 years, I'm a failure. I have failed in life. He is still streaming 6 years later. So guys, you know what? I'm gonna do the opposite. In 6 years, if I'm still streaming, I am a success. I am where I need to be. I have made streaming what it has become. I have made streaming what I have wanted to become, and that is a hobby, and that is a job for myself. If I'm still streaming in 6 years, I am a success. If I'm still consistently streaming in 6 years, I am a successful person. Which costume do you prefer in Mario Kart World? I usually main dry bones, so I don't really... You'll make a website kind of that down? Noted. But which costume do I prefer in Mario Kart World? I'm just going... I usually main dry bones, so I don't really have, like, a costume. But if I had to pick one... Like, if I had to pick one... Okay, I hate how they sort this. There. I'd say probably the Luigi mechanic costume. My parents just got done with the movie, and I think that they're getting Chick-fil-A. I said Cherry Coke, and then they immediately said Dr. Pepper. I was like, okay. Peach and Daisy vacations are so beautiful. Oh, which one is that again? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no, they are. Oh, they look cute. Oh, okay. Look at that. My advice is I'm not really sure what cuts you're taking, but for the cuts you actually do be fully committed, not like halfway. Yeah. For that, it's like you either gotta fully do it or not. Take a break from the game and just yap. Okay, Pearl, I actually got a good question for all three of your personas. If all three of your personas had to make a startup business, what would they do? Would they make something cool? Would it just be like would it just be a pyramid scheme? Would it be a multi-level marketing scheme? Would they just do like car wash and stuff? Would they like do stuff on like finance and stuff? Alright. So, how's everyone doing so far? Or... Yay! Alright, I'll race with Mechanic Luigi, just because Mechanic Luigi is pretty cool, so... My reaction time to this game feels like it's getting worse? Damn. Okay, thank you. I don't want to race on Crown City. I'll keep going until my parents come home with dinner. Once my parents come home with dinner, I'll probably call it a stream. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, my parents come home. I don't know when they come home, but they'll be coming home soon. They were at Chick-fil-A last time I talked, so. Alright. Alrighty. But wait, Pearl, did you hear the question that I asked earlier about your OCs? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. The question I asked was, what investment would, like, your, Sonas, like, invest into? Would they invest into, what company investment thing, or just investment thing in general would they invest into? Would they just, or what, like, startup company? What startup company would they invest into, is what I'm trying to say. Would they invest into someone who's, like, into cleaning? Would they invest into a pyramid scheme? Whether it's intentional or unintentional? Would it be they're funding their friends, like, car wash, like, company? Like, would they invest into, like an investment company or an advertising company? Like, what would they invest in? I feel like for Daytel, he would just invest into sports betting. Avalicia guy would probably invest into a pyramid scheme, not knowing it's a pyramid scheme. Like, she just invests into her friend's pyramid scheme and then didn't realize until, like, halfway through that it's like, oh, fuck, it's like, this is a pyramid scheme. You have no idea for multiple reasons. Sid, you wrote the characters. Like, what do you mean you don't? I'm playing. I was saying that in the style of Moist Critical. You remember how Moist Critical was talking about the Stranger Things finale, and he was like, "You didn't know what to write, brother. You're the writer. You're the writer. You're the reason why this even happens. What do you mean you don't know?" Yeah. If you ask me, Daytel, he would invest into sports betting. He's the type of motherfucker to not really watch sports like that, but he would 100% bet. Avalicia guy would invest into, like, their friend's pyramid scheme, not knowing it's a pyramid scheme. Wow, the file size for the Elden Ring Switch 2 edition is 50 gigabytes. That's insane. Welcome Andy Wapp to the stream. How you doing? What's going on? Investment works on 2 hours. Sonas have no money. Damn. Okay, some context that will probably help you get 2 hour lore rules. Our lore is fancy, okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, it kind of feels like most of your OCs are just, well, variations of you. Like, it feels like there's, like, nothing really, like, standing out. Like, because what I'm trying to say is, I don't know, I feel like if I were gonna make an OC, I would just, like, also add in things that I don't like, but they like because, hey, I mean, people have a variety of different things. Like, let's say if I don't eat fruits and vegetables, but if I want, I'll make an OC who loves fruits and vegetables, and that's the only thing they eat. They basically eat like Tom Brady's like diet. Like if I hated opera, like I could just make an OC where they just like love opera. Like they can name you like all 50 opera stars right there. Like, I don't know, this is just my take. It just feels like for you, it feels like it's only things you like, and it feels like because of that, it feels like there's like, they just kind of blend in the same. Agent Fox fell off? I actually think he fell off. I say it's on first, even though I'm about to get like 12. Greg making the Abelicia OC was really the point of divergence for this channel. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Are you saying I'm embracing cringy stuff, like making OCs and stuff? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, nah, this is legit the first race I'm gonna return to free roam for. 3 laps of straight nothing. Don't blame you. It's just a realization that Greg wasn't like this before he made that OC. Huh? What are you talking about? I remember I made an OC in 2019, man, so... if you want to say, it's technically a... Is it a return to form? I don't know. But it's like, this isn't nothing new. Nothing brand new. Our personas are a representation of us. Our separate characters have more different things about them. That's kind of the point of a persona. I mean, I thought a persona was just you, but just, you know, as, like, you know, just an animal. Okay, so, Pearl, if there's different things about your OCs, can you, like, provide, like, actually what makes, like, 3 of them different, besides, just names? Not gonna lie. In what way? What specific qualities are you asking about? Like, just anything, like, different. Like, what is, like, a question that, like, if you ask them, they would have, like, completely different answers? Like, that's basically what I'm saying. I don't blame Yax for leaving the match after Bowser's Castle, or during Bowser's Castle. It's just a map where it's just kind of straight nothing. Or it's just a map where it's, I don't know, it's just, like I said, it's like an advanced skill map. It's just a map where it's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel as fun. I don't know, it just doesn't feel that fun. Like, it feels fine, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel like, I don't know. I don't know, I guess it doesn't feel grand. Like, most Bowser's Castles feel grand. Like, Bowser Castle DS feels grand. Like, Mario Kart Wii's Bowser's Castle is grand. Mario Kart 7's Bowser's Castle felt grand. Mario Kart 7's Bowser's Castle is so underrated, if you ask me. Like, it genuinely feels awesome. See. Okay. You gonna win? Oh, okay, buddy. Thank you. I guess I should be getting back into your pot of depression? What do you mean? What do you mean? You really don't know where to begin, there's just different people? I guess. Alright. The one time me and my road can go first and second and Thunder comes in court slot, like always, and Steph passes us. Because Steph is just goated like that. Steph, he's just goated like that. Alright. I saw this in my, my YouTube recommendation. The Wildcard Club, Iron Mouse, Rin Penrose, Doki Bird Anomaly. Is this a new VTuber group, or is this, like, some new, like, venture doing? Is this, like, a new, like, indie group? Like, I actually don't know what the Wildcard Club is. I think it is a new VTuber club. Nah, because Bowser's Castle just has nothing to do in it. The ground parts are boring, and after you get to this guy, it's nothing but sharp turns that if you don't do, you get put behind. I agree. I agree. Like, I don't know, it feels like most Bowser's Castles usually have something interesting, but generally after you get off the ground and once you take the sky, it feels just like a whole lot of nothing but sharp turns. Terrible timing seems way too common. Unfortunately, that does sound like just a skill issue, unfortunately. Now we're getting accidental, not in the bad way. How do you even explain different person being a different person while saying just that? Hmm? Yeah. Oh, now I hear my parents coming home. Look at that. Should be here. Yo, mate, you need an editor? I got a half-decade experience. I'm good. Usually most people who usually come in and say that, usually it feels like they're just kind of scam bots or something, so. But yeah, I'm good. What does it even mean to be a person at all? Just a living being? But yeah, my parents are home. I want to eat dinner. Yeah. As always, thank y'all so much for watching. Are we done for today? Yeah, we are. We are. I feel like we streamed a good amount of time. I feel like we streamed a good amount of time. And, yeah, I feel like we streamed a good amount of time. And, dinner's here. It's Chick-fil-A. So, yeah, I'm gonna call it. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Comment, subscribe. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.